Shalom, 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 everybody. I will say happy Sabbath, but the Sabbath is past. It is the first day of the week, and today I'm going to talk about uh, kingdom spouses. All right, I'll talk a little bit about kingdom spouses. There's an epidemic going on right now where you have different prophetess, different people speaking out about kingdom spouses. Shalom, Mama Nat. Thank you for tuning in. We're talking about kingdom spouses, how it relates to our everyday life, our everyday struggle, and coming into the knowledge and the truth. First and foremost, I made a couple of videos, short videos. If you're able to hear me over the loud television that's in the back, that's a really big screen with a humongous Megatron screen or whatever. If you're able to hear me, just type in that you can hear me. Or if you can't hear me, I will speak louder. You know what I'm saying? But we're just going to deal with kingdom spouses right now. Why doesn't the person that you believe to be your kingdom spouse subject themselves to what is going on? Thank you, Mama Nat, Natalie Lucas, and Barakathon. Bless you, chosen one, chosen seed, tribe of Israel. I'm trying not to be too long, but I do want to touch on a few subjects. Number one, spiritual medicine, kingdom spouses. I deal with some friends that they're pretty Christian. You know, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a paganistic ritual keeper. That's what Christianity is. It's a paganistic ritual advisor, a paganistic. Everything's pagan with Christianity, all the way down to what you eat on your plate. You know what I mean? Let's go to some scriptures. I was dealing with some friends about this issue, and you know they're like, oh, I need to do this gospel music, gospel rap, gospel rapper, gospel rap. Right now, there's an epidemic of gospel rappers, gospel hip hop. You know, it's an epidemic. I done it growing up. Don't get me wrong. I've done it growing up. Both sides of the fence. You know, I did gangster music. I did gospel music. You know, I just did music. You know, just because you put God in the music don't mean that you are of God. Okay, let's go to the book of Luke. Let's go to the book of Luke. We're gonna deal with kingdom spouses first, and why a lot of kingdom spouse relationships are not working out. And for the most part, people say, well, maybe because you're unequally yoked. Listen, if that is your kingdom spouse who God has ordained specifically for you as a kingdom spouse, being unequally yoked is not going to matter, because that is the kingdom spouse that God has ordained or has designed for you. That person or that individual might not even have a knowledge of the Most High, might not be on that level, might even be an atheist. They might be whatever the case may be, and the scenario goes on and on, whatever the case may be. But coming into the light, it is your light as a kingdom spouse that's going to bring them into the knowledge and into the truth of the word of God. Okay, let's go to the book of Luke. All right, let's go to the book of Luke. It's Matthew, Mark, Luke. Let's go to chapter 1. All right. Kingdom spouse has nothing to do based upon looks. That's our carnal way of looking at things. Okay. The outside appearance. Well, you smell like you've been homeless, or you smell like you've been in the field uh, your whole life working, cutting lawn. You smell like you work at a zoo, like you know, uh, that's your job or whatever, or you don't have an appealing face like, I don't know, one of the movie stars or whatever, Will Smith, or a lot of people like Denzel Washington, or some people, or for the men, they'd be like, oh, well, you don't look like Halle Berry. You don't look like Gabrielle Union. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into this, all right? Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 1. We're going to start at verse 1. For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us, the believers. Okay. Even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word. It seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order, most excellent Theophilus, that thou mightest know the certainty of those things wherein thou hast been instructed. See that? Like I said, we're going to deal with it. Let's go back. You see, that's problem number one right there. That thou mightest know the certainty of those things wherein thou hast been instructed. Ask yourself a question. Has your kingdom spouse received instructions? What instructions? What instructions is it referring to? Let's go back. Your kingdom spouse, okay? Why is it not working out? Why is it bumps in the road? Okay, have they received instructions? Ask yourself that question. Have they received instructions? And if the instructions that they receive, is it Is it the true light? Because you have two sources of light. You have the lesser light, which shines in the dark, which is called the moon, and you have the greater light, which shines in the day, which is called the sun. Okay, let's go back. Verse number 4, that thou mightest know the certainty of those things wherein thou hast been instructed. Somebody has to have instructions, bottom line. Either the man needs instructions or the wife needs instructions. But somebody has to have instructions. Okay? And the certainty of those instructions must be unquestionable. If you have the instructions, okay, the guidance, that's what instructions are. The guidance. A man can't instruct a house if he don't have guidance himself. He don't have the knowledge on how to guide a house. A wife cannot receive instructions if she doesn't have the knowledge on how to be guided. So what is it that's guiding the relationship? Okay. What is it that's guiding the relationship? Okay, so let's keep on going. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the course of Abiah, and his wife was the daughter of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless. See, this is what your instructions do. This is what your guidance do. What? And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless. It ain't gonna be no kingdom spouse given to you by the Most High, and this nigga refused to walk in the commandments of the Lord who created him. Plain and simple. You see what I'm simple and plain. You don't have no guidance as a man. You don't have no guidance as a husband, and you're not walking in the instructions of the Lord. The laws that was given to Moses. I'm not talking about the laws of the land, because there's coming a day. There is coming a day in these last days, chosen ones. There is coming a war against the chosen. And the laws of the land, we might have to break them in order for us to survive. So I'm not talking about the laws of the land. I'm talking about the laws of the Most High. I'm talking about the commandments of the Lord. See, the laws of the land can be broken. They have prisons for that. And it says in Revelations, hey, I know the poverty and the imprisonment of my people called Israel. We're not in Jerusalem talking about wailing walls and all this, that, and the third, and trying to go to war against our neighbors, the Muslims, the Ishmaelites. Those are the children of Ishmael. We're over here in America in captivity. We're in poverty and we're in prison. That's what's going on with Israel. We're in America, we're in captivity, and we're in prison. We're in the hospitals, we're in the nursing homes, we're getting older, We're getting feeble and we're suffering under the oppression of our oppressors. And I'm trying to keep all the racial slurs to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? Because we're getting ready for the Pesach, the Passover. I don't celebrate Easter. You know what I'm saying? How do I feel? Shalom, shalom, supreme power. Grand rising, everybody. The question, how do I feel about the upcoming eclipse? That's in Revelations. The upcoming eclipse is in Revelations. And you look in Revelations chapter 12, it says that you got to know something about astrology, a little bit about astrology. Let's get out hocus pocus of astrology, because back in biblical times, they used the stars in order to navigate. This is how they found Christ before Christ went to Egypt when he was born. They used the stars in order to follow and find Christ. Okay, but let's keep on going. Shalom, shalom, most high too. Says, did you call on me, my son? I'm always calling on the Father. You know what I'm saying? The Son is always calling on the Father, homie. Believe that. The Son can't call on anybody else but the Father. All right. Christ said, whoever keeps the commandments of my God, that is my mother, that is my brother, that is my sister, that is my father. That's what Christ said. So let's get into some Christ consciousness today, all right? Then y'all keeping the commandments of the Most High, all right? Then you my brother, you my sister, you my father, you my mother. All right. Verse number 7. And they had no child because that Elizabeth was barren, and they both were now well stricken in age, in years. Okay. Verse 8. And it came to pass that while he executed the priest's office before God in the order of his course, according to the custom. What? According to the custom. You have no instructions if you don't have a custom. What custom are you following? Are you following after what is customary for the Roman Empire? Everything that is pagan, up under the sun, Easter, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. All these days were days that they were gathered together and oppress the oppressed and lynch and murder and rape and plunder. Believe that. All right. According to the custom of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord.
What you doing, buddy?
This is my YouTube.
Are you recording?
Yes. This is actually live.
Okay, you can't record. You're not supposed to record here.
It's just live.
Yeah, I know. You're not supposed to. Well, anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So try not to do that.
I'll go outside with you.
Hey, what the hell? What's going on, bro?
I'm finna take this outside, y'all. The devil is busy. I'm at war. Believe that.